I can't second guess what's going on inside the head of a criminal like Mkhwanazi. But the reality of the situation is he's overstepped his mark. It's not the job of a provincial commissioner to start accusing the government, the judiciary, the National Prosecuting Authority, and the Minister of Police, for that matter, of being criminals. And that's what he did today. And I want to see that man fall, and the sooner the better.
So, guys, it seems like Mr. Paul O'Sullivan himself is in a lot of trouble after he was exposed by the chief whip of Action SA of threatening him. So, according to Athol Trollip, the chief whip of Action SA, says that Mr. O'Sullivan has threatened him and he finds his threats intimidating and hindered his parliamentary oversight work. So, Mr. Trollip went to police station yesterday to talk about these matters and to say that the police needs to treat this matter with an agency. So, before we actually go to the video where Mr. Trollip was speaking about this thing, I just want us to go through this small article. It says that Athol Trollip files criminal charges against Paul O'Sullivan over intimidating claims. Athol Trollip, the chief whip of Action SA in Parliament, has filed criminal charges against forensic investigator Paul O'Sullivan, claiming that he threatened and intimidated him. Trollip filed a complaint at the Central Police Station in Cape Town on Monday, claiming that O'Sullivan had sent him several threatening text messages that interfered with his ability to perform his duties in a parliamentary oversight. So, for Trollip to actually say this, a lot of people are not finding it surprising, because if you have been watching the comments that were made by O'Sullivan recently, they have been quite shocking, and a lot of people have been quite disappointed at Paul O'Sullivan to say that Mr. O'Sullivan became popular by exposing criminals, but it seems like right now he is behaving like a criminal himself. This is what a lot of people say. So when Mr. Trollip came out and says that I am being threatened by Paul O'Sullivan and I find his threats intimidating, people were not shocked to say that. But the way that he has been moving lately, it is possible for him to actually do that. So Trollip filed a complaint at the Central Police Station in Cape Town on Monday, claiming that O'Sullivan had sent him several threatening text messages that interfered with his ability to perform his duties in parliamentary oversight. Trollip said that O'Sullivan's behavior is a direct attack on an elected official, and he was of the view that this type of behavior ought to be addressed legally. So I guess we are going to see how far this case is actually going to get, because there is a clip where Mr. Trollip is actually reading one of the text messages that was sent to him by Mr. O'Sullivan, and I guess there are more text messages, and I'm quite curious to see those text messages. So this is Mr. Trollip actually speaking about this matter with the SABC
Trollip
yesterday,
says he
speaking with the SABC about this matter yesterday, and this is what he said.
Trollip says he feels intimidated by O'Sullivan following a series of texts calling him stupid. He says this is a direct attack on an elected official, and he believes such conduct must be dealt with in accordance with the law.
He says, I've been looking at your misinformed attacks on me on social media because someone forwarded them to me. You're clearly an arrogant fool that doesn't have a clue what's going on. Mkhwanazi is one of the biggest criminals that ever wore police uniform. His crimes, when they are finally exposed, will shock the nation. Best part is, unlike you who are in receipt of my taxpayer rands, I don't get a single cent. Then he said, you attack me personally on social media as if you are Mkhwanazi's right-hand man, which means that you must be supporting his criminal conduct.
I mean, like, if there's one thing that O'Sullivan has made quite clear, is that he hates Mkhwanazi. He hates Mkhwanazi with everything in his blood. And just like he told South Africans that it is not the job of Mkhwanazi to expose his seniors of being corrupt, despite the fact that his seniors are corrupt, but it is not the job of Mkhwanazi to actually do that. And a lot of people were quite shocked by the utterances of Mr. O'Sullivan, instead of him saying that, okay, maybe there needs to be some sort of investigations into these claims that were made by Mkhwanazi. Maybe we need to investigate these accusations that were made by Mkhwanazi, he came out and says that no, Mkhwanazi is a criminal. Just like right now, he's saying that Mkhwanazi is the biggest criminal to ever put on a South African police service uniform. Can you just imagine? Can you just imagine? He is talking about someone who is putting his life in danger almost every day, fighting hardened criminals. He's talking about someone who is conducting some of the operations that he would not even dare. Because I'm sure if Mkhwanazi were to invite him to say, come for one day, please come with us. Let's go. We have some criminals to confront somewhere in KZN or in Mpumalanga or in the Eastern Cape. And these are hardened criminals. And these people are going to shoot at us. They have weapons and we might lose some of the people that we are with today. I'm sure that O'Sullivan will never put on a bulletproof vest and go with Mkhwanazi. But he has the audacity to actually speak nonsense about Mkhwanazi. I remember this is the same thing that Mkhwanazi was saying when he was having that interview with Trollip. He was saying that, you know, Trollip, it is nice for you to sit in this air-conditioned room and criticize us as the police about the work that we are doing. If you think that we are being unfair, if you think that we are just shooting at people randomly so, please come with us to the field. Just come with us to the field. He basically invited Trollip Gambi to come with him to the field to see what they are faced with on the ground. And till today, Trollip Gambi has never went there. He has never went there. And now we have Paul O'Sullivan that is doing everything in his power to criticize General Mkhwanazi. That was it. Like, this is what he's doing. And I think the best position that O'Sullivan should have taken is that, okay, Mkhwanazi said all of these things, they are explosive. Let's investigate these things that were said by General Mkhwanazi. And I think everybody wants these claims that were made by General Mkhwanazi to be investigated so that the truth can be exposed. This is what South Africans actually want. But for him to actually conclude that Mkhwanazi is the biggest criminal, and now he is threatening the people in parliament, and he's calling them idiots, he's calling them stupid, simply because these people are looking into these matters that he don't want them to look into. He wants people to look at Mkhwanazi and say that Mkhwanazi is a criminal. This is what he wants. Absolutely unbelievable, man.
Trollip says he feels intimidated by O'Sullivan following a series of texts calling him stupid. He says this is a direct attack on an elected official, and he believes such conduct must be dealt with in accordance with the law.
He says, I've been looking at your misinformed attacks on me on social media because someone forwarded them to me. You're clearly an arrogant fool that doesn't have a clue what's going on. Mkhwanazi is one of the biggest criminals that ever wore police uniform. His crimes, when they are finally exposed, will shock the nation. Best part is, unlike you who are in receipt of my taxpayer rands, I don't get a single cent. Then he said, you attack me personally on social media as if you are Mkhwanazi's right-hand man, which means that you must be supporting his criminal conduct. Either that or you are far too stupid to know a criminal when you see one. And he goes on, he calls me a criminal.
Trollip says he was merely doing his oversight work.
I'm not a criminal, and all I was doing as a public representative, member of parliament, is calling for the allegations, both his and Mkhwanazi's, to be investigated. And if that intimidates him and elicits this kind of response, it is absolutely so melodramatic. He goes further. He threatens Action SA later. He threatens Herman Mashaba. He says he will tell everyone he knows not to support Action SA. All that does is encourages me all the more. Because
I mean, like, I wish Action SA could have just released these threats that O'Sullivan has made to them. Like, maybe let's say in a statement on social media, on their social media pages, to say, this is what O'Sullivan has said. Maybe they can post that with their timestamps and everything so that we can see for ourselves. But I'm sure some of this evidence, they are saving it to present to the police or to the courts. But I wish they could have done that, man. For the purpose of transparency, I wish this is what Action SA could have actually done.
Is to be investigated. And if that intimidates him and elicits this kind of response, it is absolutely so melodramatic. He goes further. He threatens Action SA later. He threatens Herman Mashaba. He says he will tell everyone he knows not to support Action SA. All that does is encourages me all the more. Because there's a saying that says, if you want to know who owns the dog, kick it and the owner will come out very quickly. I want to know why Paul O'Sullivan has come out guns blaring like he has against me. And it'll come out.
O'Sullivan has made his own sworn statement rebutting Trollip's claims. He says if this sworn statement is not attached to the criminal charge against him, he will lay a counter charge of defeating the ends of justice. Meanwhile, Action SA says its private members' bill aiming to abolish deputy ministers' positions is out for public comment.
We're not just doing it because we don't like deputy ministers. One, we can't afford it. It would save us 1.5 billion rand every year if we just got rid of them. That's not even counting their travel. They love traveling. Nearly 200 million in overseas travel in 1 year.
The bill is out for public comment for a month.
I mean, Action SA must not piss off Ramaphosa. Action SA must remember that they are serving at the behest of ANC and so on. So if you're going to push Ramaphosa to fire his deputy ministers, it is not going to work. It is not going to work. I remember Musa Maimane also proposed that Ramaphosa get rid of the deputy ministers, but Ramaphosa came out and says that he is not going to get rid of the deputy ministers. So I don't think even Action SA is going to be able to convince Ramaphosa to get rid of the deputy ministers. So I don't think this bill is actually going to pass. I don't think it's going to pass because if you look at other political parties, they also have their members as the deputy ministers in this GNU, and these people are enjoying the blue light, they are enjoying the comfort, they are enjoying everything. So there's no way that other political parties in the GNU are going to support this because they are benefiting from these deputy ministers. So it is not going to pass. It is not going to pass. It is something that I think South Africans actually agree with, that we don't need these deputy ministers because they are useless. Just look at what happened with the police. Ramaphosa put Senzo Mkhwanazi on a paid leave, and instead of saying, okay, a deputy minister can come and be the acting police minister until this matter of Senzo Mkhwanazi is concluded, Ramaphosa went out and hired some guy outside of the government to come and be the acting police minister, while you still have the deputy. So you are paying for 3 salaries. You are paying for the salary of Senzo Mkhwanazi, you are paying for the salary of Kachalia, you are also paying for the salary of deputy minister. So it is not going to pass. It is not going to pass. It is not going to pass. But a shout out to Action SA for actually putting this out there. So guys, what do you think, man, about this matter of Mr. Paul O'Sullivan and Mr. Trollip? Where do you think this matter is gonna end? I don't know. Please tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button and the most important part, subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabasa. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.